Narayan, Group CFO of Sun Group, joins us on the show as Sun TV is in spotlight as well. Mr. Narayan, first let's talk about the hike in ad rates before we touch upon your earnings and, of course, what was the rationale and the details of the hike that you've actually come about?
Yeah, I think the ad rates have been hiked after a period of almost 24 months. We've been holding our tariffs stable for more than 2 years now. And what's happening now is basically we are taking up the rates in the prime time hours for the Tamil GC channel, which is Sun TV. So 6 out of the 9 prime time viewing slots are now covered by these rate hikes. An average of 19% is what will be the increased rates. We have thought this through very carefully and based on the assessment of the ratings and the kind of current costs that are operating on these slots.
Mr. Narayan, can you tell us how much do you expect or how much growth do you expect in ad revenue after this hike, and do you think customers will be able to absorb this hike in this kind of a challenging environment?
Yeah, sometime back when I was on your channel, we had said that the rate hikes, if at all we put through any increases, will happen towards the second half of the financial year ending March 2014. But we are now encouraged by the operating environment to put through these increases, at least in Sun TV. As we go forward into the year, I think we will start increasing rates selectively across genres and other languages.
What about the margins for the quarter? Because they've dipped this time. What, according to you, led to that?
See, sometimes the margins do come off in quarters where we invest in our own content. We do have these reality shows or some specialized content which is produced in-house. But that is one-off, and invariably the margins start going up in subsequent quarters. But please also note that for the last 2 years we have not had any rate increases. And as these rate increases happen during the next 12 months, margins will go back to the historical trend line of somewhere between the 75 to 80% EBITDA margins.
What on your overall subscription revenues, how they're panning out, and how much did the DTH revenues see a dip on account of slow digitization in Chennai?
I think digitization is finally, getting into its rhythm. The first phase had some hiccups. I think the second phase has gone off fairly well. What is really encouraging is the government and the regulator are pushing hard for implementation of digitization, which is showing up in our DTH subscription revenues. We used to average around 85 crores towards the start of the last financial year. And in the March quarter, we have almost touched about 100 crores in DTH revenues. The run rate used to increase at about 2 to 2.5% up to September. It went up to 5% in December. It's gone up further to 5.5% on a sequential quarter basis in March. I think in the next few quarters, we will see a lot more of subscription revenue growth coming through. It will be very difficult for me to say what will be the rate of increase, but suffice it to say that it is going to grow faster than advertising revenues.
Right, so how's the IPL team shaping up for you operationally, and do you see it posting losses this time?
Yeah, IPL operations have not started impacting our P&L as yet. In fact, the first full year in which IPL operations will start having any influence on our P&L will be for the year ended March 2014. And we think the first year we will have a PBT loss of around 30 crores, which we had indicated earlier. And sometime in FY15, we think we will reach break-even.
What on your radio business and what is happening there?
FY14 is going to be much better than the current financial year. During the financial year just ended March 2013, we have seen a 26% growth in revenues, and the operations have swung into profit. So we are extremely pleased with the performance of both our FM radio brands, which is Red FM in rest of India and Suryan FM in Tamil Nadu.
So will you be able to continue your sales and profit growth in the coming quarters?
See, we don't give management guidance as a matter of policy, but I can give you some indications of where the business is headed. We think we should grow ad revenues somewhere around 10 to 12% and subscription revenues at a faster clip. Other than that, it will be very difficult to say any precise numbers on profits.